as I get myself set up here. I would have liked to play music, but I don't want no issues, so we're not going to do that. Though my good friend would have allowed me to play his music. But we're not going to fight about it. Mm-hmm. Hopefully I can see everything today. But I could start the show with some music. Let's see if we could do that. How is everybody? What's up? For those of you who are new to my channel and are just now going to listen, make sure you subscribe, like, and if you want, you may share. I'm AngelNaphtalie. I'm a drummer. Oh, let me show you. Yeah, I'm a hand drummer. Djembe. I can't really let you see it yet, but I will bring it out later. I wanted to just have a little chat and story time, talk about me and talk about life and whatever you want me to talk about. You ask me questions, I will try to answer them. But the rule is you've got to keep it correct. If you start saying little things that irritate my skin, I'm blocking you. So don't start, all right? Keep it positive. We can talk, we can share, we can, yeah. And if there's any moderators out there that just happen to be popping on here and you see some crazy people saying crazy things, you know what to do. All right, let me see if I could get the music on. Not sure if it's going to go on.
Books are no longer optional for authors.
No.
They are essential. Type.
We don't need her. We don't need commercials in here. And if I don't see you right away, because it's really hard to see, unless I go to my own channel and try to see if I can welcome on board. If you're just tuning in, let's see if I can put this on this side, I could see a little better. So I have a vision problem, so it makes it a little hard sometimes to see what's going on. I see some people are in. I can't see your names yet, but I want to say hi to you. Today I wanted to kind of talk about drumming. Some people have DM'd me and wanted to know exactly what kind of music do I drum to? Am I available? Do I collaborate? Well, I'll get to all those questions in a while. I will tell you the story of how I started drumming. I really wanted to see if I could get this up. So I'm going to talk while I'm looking for what I'm looking for, and then I'll say hi to you all, because I'm telling you, I really can't see nothing right now. See, my glasses are getting dark. Makes it even harder to see what I'm supposed to see. But big up to you if you're on there. It's been a hot day. I cleaned up my whole yard today. I swept it. I should show it to you so you can see what I'm talking about. Let me see if I can let you see what I've been doing today. There's the rotate button. All right. So this is the yard. And I swept this whole yard. Garden. And I even had to hose myself down because it was so hot. And I'm feeling a little cooler now. It's kind of quiet today. My friends are not out here. My management team is not out here. They're in taking a nap. I cannot sleep in the middle of the day. It's so quiet out here, and I was playing some excellent music earlier by Chris Mitchell, jazz, who will be on tonight at 7 p.m. East Central Standard Time, so that my time is Eastern Standard Time, so that would be somewhere around 8 o'clock. And I wanted to play the music, which I know I could, but when you go on Facebook or you go on Instagram or YouTube, sometimes you have issues with the platform saying you don't have permission to play it, even though I do have permission. So we're not going to go there with the music today. I'll leave it alone till somebody tries to help me figure out how to do it. Now the speaker wants to come on. All right, so we're going to turn that off. I was trying to get the music to come up there. All right, let's see what we got on. See if I can see this. Cebus? Is that how you say your name? Cebus? My day is going beautiful now. Earlier it was really hot. It's still hot. It's still hot. It's still hot in here. So you see I still have my little towel. The ants are biting me because it's so humid out here. I disturbed all the ant hills, so that's not helpful. But otherwise, I like your crown after your name. Did you know I was a queen? See my halo? See my queen? I'm an angel too. So I have a crown and a halo. Yeah. So where are you from, Cebus? Let me know. And we have Shirak. I'm gonna screw up everybody's names. I'm just letting you know. I'm just being as good as I can be, and you guys can just know I'm saying hi to you. Another one with a crown after them. How are you? So welcome to the live chat. You are free to leave your comments, but keep them correct. As soon as I see something I don't like, I'm either not going to answer it, or I might say something rude. You might not like it, but I'm not on here to entertain you. I'm in here to I am here to entertain you with what I do. And I am here to communicate with you so you know who I am and what I do. But I'm not here to entertain you who want to be on my live and say gibberish. So just letting you know up front. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you do that, because that's important. Also, like it if you do. You know, if you don't, then leave the page and go somewhere else. It's fine. And there you go. So I'm AngelNaphtalie. I think I already told you that. I am a djembe drummer. My drum is over here. Here's my drum. There he is. He's in here. His name is Oswald Blaze, which means sword. And Blaze is the name of a dragon. So I put the two names together because when I play him, he's powerful. You can look on my page and see some of my drumming. And I'm still, to me, well, other people feel like I'm pretty good, but I don't feel so yet. Because I am an artist, not just a musician artist. I'm also a painter. I paint murals. I paint art, which I can't show to you right now because I'm outside. Um, I'm just a creative artist. I'm also semi-mask maker, which means that I know how to make the mask for West Indian Carnival. I learned in a mask camp, and I like to decorate those kind of costumes. I haven't done it in a long time, but I do play West Indian Carnival masks. This year I'm not going to do it, and I usually play a big piece when I do. Um, yeah, we're going to reenact some of my costumes at some point. My management team wants to videotape me in my costumes because when I did play mass, nobody captured it. It was raining out. I can understand why people didn't do that. And I'm just a musician, you know. Hi, Michael. How are you? I can't tell you how old I am. I'm infinite. I have no age. I am whatever you feel, you see. That's how I'm going to leave that. But thanks for asking. Um, and you also have a crown after your name. I wonder, what does that mean? There's three of you who have come on and have crowns after your name. Can you guys explain why? That would be helpful. See, Denzel Wong Wei. Wow. How are you? Rastafari. Yes. Yes, I am a Rasta woman. Been a Rasta woman for a good almost 30 years. Probably all my life, but I actually locked up a good 30 years ago, officially. Uh, Judah, a fly in high. Yes. Bless up. Let's see. So when you see me do this, it's because I have an eye problem. And if the sun comes in at me, I can't see what I'm reading. And I'm looking on my other phone so I can actually see what you guys are saying. Um, my daughter is calling me. 1 second, folks, and I will be right back. I'm not leaving you. Hello? What's up? What are you doing on my phone? Huh? I, I'm live on YouTube right now. But I am in the backyard. I have actually a lot of viewers right now. Let's see, I have 14 viewers right now. Uh, that's my daughter. She's crazy. Loca! All right, bye. Oh, you wanted to show me the park? Nice. Oh, you brought your, okay. Nice. Very good. Just what I do, drumming. I'm talking about whatever I feel like talking about. That's right. Goodbye. Love ya. Ciao. That was my daughter. And I know that's going to be the next question, right? Do I have children? Yes, I do. Okay, I do, I do, I do. They're all grown. I have grandchildren too. I started my life having children very young. I'm still very young. My children are older. Now I got to get back to my YouTube so I can figure out what I'm talking about. How am I, dear? By Teresa. Hi, Teresa. Hi, Grandma. Yes, I am a grandma. But no one's allowed to actually talk about that I'm a grandmother unless I tell you I am. But yeah, I am a grandmother. I'm very proud of being a grandmother. Very proud. And I am doing well. Let's see, let's go back because I guess I lost a lot of names here. Ah, so if you're just tuning in, don't forget to subscribe and like. I really just wanted to talk today. I really didn't want to look at comments, but it's rude not to, right? Mm. Just keep your comments clean. I already answered that question. And Rastafari, I answered that. Um, let's see. Teresa said hi. Yes, I said hi, Teresa. Mm-hmm. Thank you. Okay. Whoever is farting out there, Abdul, adulteress. Okay, well, you keep your farts to yourself. Thank you. If you're going to comment on here, keep it right. And if there are any moderators out there and you feel to come on here and tell certain people, clean it up, feel so to do so. I'm not on here to entertain you. I'm not here to entertain your foolishness. I'm here to talk about what I do. And if you're not here to hear about that, then hasta luego, baby. Vamos. Vamos. Vite. Voila. Whatever. See you later. Alligator. So Teresa, she is from the Philippines. Hi. Nice to meet you. I'm a queen. Yes, I am. Everyone that knows me calls me Empress Queen. I am that. Um, I probably have royal blood in me from all my ancestry. Actually, on my father's side, at least 4 or 5 generations back, there was a queen. I can't remember her name right at this moment. There were 2 sister queens. One had an illegitimate child, and I'm from that lineage of whatever that queen was. And she had an illegitimate child, and the other queen took her child. And I know I've seen the story many times, and I'm wondering if those are the queens. But yeah, so royal blood runs through my veins, baby. Um, yep. Nice. You're in Saudi Arabia, but you're from the Philippines? Ah, nice. Mm, okay. How are you? What's your name? Shifty Dragon? Wow, you're a dragon? Mm. My drum. Let me show you my drum again because you're probably just tuning in. Actually, we'll take him out of his case because I'm not doing him any justice leaving him in there. I'm a djembe drummer. Let me find the dragon. Ah, he's big too. Okay, so there's the dragon. See it? I hope you can see it. So he goes. His dragon goes all the way around. Hmm. Yeah. So that's my big boy. His name is Oswald, which means sword, and Blaze, which is the name of a dragon. So Oswald Blaze, sword of the dragon. Because when I play him, he's very, very loud. Yeah. So that's what I do. I also play uh, kit drumming as well, which is a regular drum set. But I'm just coming back into that after years of not playing. So I'm very rusty. For years, I didn't play. A good 27 years, I didn't play at all because my partner, um, we weren't married, but it was like being married. Well, 27 years is a long time. I met him a couple years after I dreaded up and went Rasta. He was also a Rasta, and he was a top 10 drummer out of Trinidad. And well, maybe not out of Trinidad because there's a lot of drummers in Trinidad and Tobago, but he was a top 10 reggae drummer out in New York City, out of Brooklyn and Queens. So when he touched down and moved to where I live, which is in Massachusetts, um, I was not playing drums in front of him. Let me tell you, that was not gonna happen. Nope, that was not gonna happen. I gotta take my drum off the ground because there's ants out here. I don't want them go climbing up inside. So yeah, I did not want to play any drums in front of him. I dabbled in a little piano, um, and other percussion instruments, congas, bongos. I still do those. My the only problem is my I'll come back and answer that, Shifty. I'm just gonna call you Shifty. Uh, yeah, because my kungas are very big and they're on a stand, and I want to get some smaller stands that you could just put in and put them in it instead of the whole big rack because they're very heavy. And I'm just one person, although I do have a roadie. His name is Sir James. He's also my videographer and part of the management team. But there are times when I go to play my drum, like right now, and he's in the building right now taking a nap with my other management team member, Tammy. And then there's nobody around to carry my drums when I want to play. Because when I want to play, you can't stop me. I'm going. I'm going to play. So back to answering the question. So Shifty wants to know, where am I from? Well, in what context do you want to know? Like, where was I born, or where am I at right now, or where have I been? I'll let you ask me the question again, and then I'll answer that. Um, Teresa, you're a single mom too? Me too. Well, my kids are grown anyways right now. You heard my daughter calling me. She's off with my grandson, my little Boo Bear, because he's my love of my life. Well, all my grandchildren are, but he's the youngest. He's 9 going on 10, and he just loves me. He doesn't like anyone around me. He doesn't even like his cousins or siblings to touch me. That's how much he's my little bodyguard. And he actually told me that around my castle that I build someday, he wants to make a moat, and we're going to have dragons, crocodiles, alligators, and baboons. And, well, I said dragons, right? And no one can come into the castle. So that's what he said. And I don't have a problem because he's my bodyguard. uh, you're a single mom, 18 years. Oh, you're working. So you just have one child then? One daughter? Mm-hmm. Well, nice to meet you too. Yeah, my kids, like I said, I had all my kids at a very young age. Well, not all of them were born at a young age, but yeah, I was young. I had all my kids in my, up until I was 20 something. Oh, did I almost give away how old I am? Nah, you'll never guess anyways. I don't want to even try, okay? You think whatever you want to think. If you think I'm ancient, like one time I did a live feed, some little whippersnapper came on here and said I was 98 going on 1,000. No, I said I'm going to live till I'm 1,998 years because I've already been beyond. I've already died 3 times, believe it or not. That's a story for another day, but it happened. And I'm here now, and no one's going to get rid of me. I'll probably outlive all of my kids and my grandchildren, except my youngest grandson. He'll probably still be around. And he's a miracle in himself. He already has been beyond too. And he's a child that went through a lot of things at the age of 3 months old up until now. So he's going to be around a long time to stick right beside me. Oh yeah, he's going to be right beside me. Slaying dragons. No, he's not going to slay the dragons. He's going to slay the people who want to come over into my castle. My little Prince Charming. Okay, very nice. Nice to meet you, Teresa. You need a wife, Shifty? What do you need a wife for? What if I was to say, I'm never getting married? Never been married. Nope. Whoever is going to take me on as a wife got to come real good because I'm a queen empress and I demand to be treated a certain way. But I'm not on here to tell you about that right now. But thanks for, putting that out there. Will I marry you? Oh my goodness. I feel honored, Shifty. I feel honored. I really do. Well, let's put it this way. Are you a musician? Because I'm a musician. And I'm never coming off of that journey. Nope. I'm going to be a musician forever. My kids can't even stop me. Mm-mm. Oh, so someone did ask me, like, how many kids do you have? Well, I had 7. I have 6. One is out there in the world that was stolen from me at birth. I was given somebody else's child at the same amount of months that, as I was early having her. Um, I was given another woman's dead baby. Isn't that sad? People do that. They do that. And I only saw my baby, who was alive, for a matter of 5 minutes. I held her. I breathed her, meaning, mothers breathe their babies. Well, maybe not everybody does, but all of my children, I breathed them in. Breathe them in. Smell them. Taste them. Feel their heart. Feel their skin. And I did that with all of my children. Even this baby that was born early. So I already took her into my aura. And they took her away from me and said, we have to put her back in the incubator. She might not live. And 2 minutes later, they come out with Polaroid pictures of a baby that did not look like the baby I just held. My baby didn't have a mole on her face. Right here was a little dot. And my baby had all these tubes in her. This picture of a baby that they handed to me had none of that. She was wrapped up in a blanket, swaddled up. Had way too much hair, because my babies always came with thin hair. They always had dark hair, but thin hair. I have blonde hair. But this baby had black hair. Not that that couldn't have been my baby, but I already held my baby. My mom was there, so my mom knows that wasn't my baby. She seen the baby. She even gave the baby a name, because the father and and my mom were told that the baby's not going to live. So it's a game. It's a game the hospital played, and I couldn't do anything about it. But these are things that happen, and I don't know why, but I do. I mean, if I told you the whole story from beginning to end of how it all came to be, that happened, you would be amazed. But then again, you might not. But it does happen. So my baby was swapped at birth. So if she ever sees this video, and she's out there in the world, and she's wondering why she doesn't look like her parents, because all my kids are beautiful. If boys could be beautiful, they are beautiful. I have 4 boys, all very talented in what they do. And I have 2 daughters who are very beautiful. Only one light-colored hair. Well, she has dark blonde hair, but tints of it. The rest of them have all dark hair, dark curly hair. But anyway, that's not the story I wanted to talk about today, but that's my journey. What? When's the I need a moderator in here. Let's just say here. I can't even say your name. Listen, get off my page. Somebody tell that person we're not talking like that. This is not for kids, because it's just adult conversations, not that kind of adult conversations. We're talking about music and life, not smut. So whoever's in here and sees that, go tell that person, go take a hike. I don't like stuff like that, and we're not going to talk. I can't see to block you, but I'll tell you, if I could, I would right now. Because I don't want to mess up the whole page. I don't think I can do that. But yep, You're you're not gonna talk to me like that. Um, thank you, Teresa. Thank you very much. Stay safe out there in Saudi Arabia. I'm actually supposed to go to Mali close to December. I have a lot of African brothers, and my DNA comes from West Africa, all the upper part of from West Africa all the way up. So that's where my ancestors come from. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. You're lucky I can't block you right now. You're taking up my space. Well, you could have had a nice conversation with me if it was from Dallas, Texas, because I love Texas. But we're not going to talk when you're talking like that. So change your attitude. Yeah, because I'm a country girl. I'm a country girl. Sorry. Um, yes, Teresa, it is amazing. Thank you so much. Yeah, music is my life. Music, earth, nature, horses. Yeah, I once lived on a farm where we had some horses. That was fabulous when I was a kid. Yes, I thank you. Um, Ahmad, you're Ahmad. Great. There's someone on here saying some things I don't particularly care for, and I can't block them. I don't know how. Go through the feed, and it would be nice if they could just. Okay, you guys are a mess. You're a single dad. Nice. You might find somebody on here who's looking for somebody. It ain't me. I'm not on here looking for nobody. I'm just chatting. I wanted to do story time about music, but I can't even get there. Uh, I am a musician. I am I'm a musician and a musician and a musician. I'm only surrounded by musicians. Hmm. Let's see. Another channel. Okay. Hi, Alex. Hmm. Yes, I'm a musician. I am in Cambridge, Massachusetts, in the U.S. of A. But I'm all over the place. I do things. I collaborate with other musicians. I like to be solo. I don't really particularly have to be with anybody. Um, Occasionally, I might play with some seasoned musicians. I love old school music. I love funk, um, jazz, blues, um, R&B is totally me. African music. I play in a West African band from Mali, and there is a Haitian group that is checking out what I do, and I might be collaborating with them on some music. So I'm here to collaborate, sharpening my skills on my drum. Those of you who haven't seen my drum, his name is Oswald Blaze. He's over here. Turn the camera a little bit so you can see him. I had to put him right here. He's right here. I can't play him right now because I'm doing this. Oh, mosquitoes are out already. Just too sweet, I guess. Too salty because I'm sweating. I don't know why they're bothering me. I cleaned my whole yard today and had to hose myself down, so I'm still kind of actually wet. My shirt's wet. So I'm trying to read the comments. Some of them are kind of like ridiculous. Yes, I'm a musician. What was your name? Good luck. Mhm. So I'm not a person who really comes on here very often. I like to be on Facebook and Instagram and just talk for a few minutes just to talk about what's going on in the neighborhood, like with music. Um, but some of my musician friends told me I need to start talking to you on YouTube, so that's why I'm here. So I'm here. I do want to get to know different people from different countries because I will be traveling, and it would be nice to know where you all are at, but only if you're correct when leaving your comments, you know. When I do travel, I want to be able to tell you where I'm going to be going. Uh, no, it was about a daughter that happened to me about. It was a daughter. But thank you. Um, Brazil is in the house. John, I can't read your last name, but John, you know what I'm talking about. You're from Brazil? I probably have DNA from Brazil. Portuguese, Cape Verde, West Africa, Italian, a snippet from Ethiopia. I'm from everywhere. Somebody asked me earlier, like, where am I from? I'm from everywhere. I was born here, of course, but my DNA covers everywhere. There's even a little bit uh, Seminole Indian in there. I can't find out the percentage, but it's there. And I'm a queen from a queen line of queens, some 5 generations back. And I have always been the queen of my household. I have been the queen of whoever is in my life. My brothers, my African brothers, because I have a tribe, they call me Empress. Queen is okay, but Empress is better. So there you go, in case you was wondering. And they don't mess around. If you was around here, you would not be able to talk to me the way you're talking to me on here. Matter of fact, you better hope they're not watching because they will hunt you down. Yeah. Even Sir Chris will hunt you down. He's my defender, my knight in shining armor. Let's see. Thank you. Yeah, it wasn't nice what they did to me. But I'm here to tell the story, especially for women. Like, women get taken advantage of when it's time to give birth, you know, or if they get pregnant, even. They're taken advantage of. Not all women, I'm not talking about all women, but you become very vulnerable when you're in that situation, because you have to rely on doctors and nurses and family members, and uh, unless you're old school, which I kind of know about, midwifery and all that stuff, then you're able to have a little bit more control. And even then, you never know. Yeah, for what? Why did they do that? Well, I'm going to assume that why they did that to me was because I was a healthy young woman. And the other lady had a stillborn baby inside of her. And she was not young. All right? Because I didn't tell you the whole story. So I know who the woman, I don't know her, but I saw who she was prior to them taking my baby. And I know that the doctors and the nurses were concerned about her because there was no heartbeat, whereas I had a heartbeat in my baby. Like I said, my mom was there. She was the witness. She knows what I went through because my mom was there for all my children, for every birth that I had. And what is that? Somebody's phone is ringing over there. Um, so, for those of you just tuning in and wanting to know what happened to me was a baby being stolen from me at birth. Uh, she would have been in the middle of the 7 children. She would be like third from the youngest. It was a girl, very beautiful young. She would have been a beautiful young lady because my other daughter is gorgeous beyond means. Both my daughters are gorgeous. But my youngest daughter, who would have been right after her, they probably would have looked like twins. Hmm. And she, so anyway, so that child, somebody, excuse the noise in the background, somebody left their phone out here in a bag. Hopefully they remember and come down here and get it. My management team. uh, so that happened. And the woman, because they couldn't find the heartbeat, went out and was talking to the doctor, and the doctor ran into the man. I don't know if the man was her husband, her father, because he was an older man. He had a heavy accent from another country. The doctor said to him, well, we're going to have to take her into surgery because we think her baby is a stillborn, it's not alive, and we need to take the baby out. Your phone is ringing. Management. You're supposed to be on call for me, not yes. Anyone else. I know. That's my management team, Sir James. Yes. So yeah, the man said to the doctor, and I heard it, and I could see the woman, I could see the man, and I could see the doctor from the curtain. He says to the doctor, well, you do what you got to do, in his heavy accent, but she's not leaving here without a baby. Next thing I know, the nurses are coming in and putting something in my IV, and my mom is saying, what are you doing? What are you putting in her IV? The nurse says, oh, we're taking her to surgery. My mom says, she's not going to surgery. The other lady's going to surgery. The nurse says, oh, I'm sorry. They're both going to surgery. And next thing I know, I'm asleep. And they're taking me out. And they cut the baby out from both parents. So that's how that happened. But like I said, I wasn't supposed to talk about that today. I'm supposed to talk about music. But thanks for asking. It's story time anyway, right? Yeah. What did they do about that? One of my best friends calling me. Usually I call her, she don't answer. She's just gonna have to go on hold. Sorry about that. So you want to know what did the doctor did about that? Can you tell me about it? Well, I just told you, kinda.
Live?
Huh?
Live?
Yes. Because you did tell me to do that earlier, right? Yeah. My management forgets all the time what he tells me I'm supposed to be doing. Well, actually, he told me to play my drum, which I will do later because now the yard is clean. But for now, I'll do. Yes. For now, I am doing my live with you. So I told you the story from I was 6.5 months pregnant, and that's early, right? And probably I may still have needed to have surgery at some point to save the baby, but not for the purpose of swapping babies. And that's basically what happened, is they took us both into surgery, but I didn't know I was going to surgery. And neither did my mom, we were watching my baby's heartbeat, you could hear it, you could hear the contractions, all of that was happening, but the baby was fine. It was just that I had went into labor early. And now they're taking me into surgery with the other lady, and when they woke me up, they brought me to the neonatal where the baby was supposed to be, right? Both babies. And I'm very groggy, and I'm saying I need to pray for my baby. And they said, you need to hold your baby because maybe your baby might not live. And I'm like, what are you talking about? So I held her. I told you all that earlier. These people want to call me when I'm on the phone. I held her, I sniffed her, I breathed her, I tasted her, I felt her little heartbeat, and she was fine. She was warm. She looked like my kid would, how my children would look. And then they took her from me. And that was the last time I saw her. They never gave her to me again. They kept me drugged up. They gave me those Polaroid pictures like 5 minutes, less than, maybe 3 minutes after they took the baby from me. So how did that happen? She has tubes in her. I knew what she looked like, right? And then you hand me a Polaroid picture that doesn't look anything like her, wrapped up in a blanket, and all you see is a face with a mole on her face. Come on. I wasn't born yesterday, and I wasn't born tomorrow. I was born now. And that didn't equate in my mind. But they had me drugged up, so I couldn't do anything about it. Where was the other woman? I don't know where she was at that point in time. Okay? But they never let me see this baby that I held again. Ever. And from the surgery, or whatever reason why the baby came early, which I don't know why, they never did tell me why. There was an infection from surgery, and I was drugged up for almost 2 weeks in the hospital from a C-section that shouldn't have never happened. And the father of the child asked me one day, he came in there and he goes, "What drugs are you on?" Because he could tell I was on drugs. I couldn't even answer him. I just remember him saying that. And then he looked at the chart and he saw, and he went and told the nurse to take me off of whatever they had me on. And I heard a baby crying. I remember that clearly. I heard a baby crying. And it's, to me, as a mother, I felt that was my baby. So I kept trying to get up out of the bed and go out looking for this baby, or at least find the dead baby. But there was no closure. You know what I'm saying? No closure. None. So I never saw the baby. I buried the baby. I never saw the baby. Because 3 weeks later, we went and, buried somebody's baby. But it wasn't mine. And I never saw her. So I have no idea whose baby that is that's in the ground right now. Mine is still out there. I feel her. I feel her breathing. I feel her moving. I feel she's probably a lot like me. And her birthday is around the same time as the daughter I had after her. So they would probably be a lot like twins, truthfully. So I hope that answered your questions. But she's out there somewhere. I didn't have money. Obviously, these people had money to buy a baby at the risk of losing my life or my baby's life. When I did come out of the room, I was following the sound of the baby crying, and it was right next door to my room. And that lady was in that room with the thing they put newborn, they put neonatal babies in, meaning when they're born too early, like an incubator type bed, was in that room, and I heard the baby crying. And then the nurse saw me come out and made me go back in the room and put more drugs in me, I guess. So that lady left the hospital with the baby. Remember I told you, the nurse said they couldn't get the heartbeat, and the doctor went in and checked her and said to the man, the baby's stillborn. So anyway, there you go. Yeah. Artist Dudley. Hello. Thank you. Yes, I'm a queen. I'm gorgeous. And I'm beautiful. Thank you very much. Yes. I love it. Thank you very much. Billy. Welcome on board. You see, I see you too busy talking to say hello back. Well, I was too busy. I was too busy earlier, but I'm saying it now because I was telling the story. But how are you, artist? I hope you'll be fine. Hmm. Um, let's see. Weak people need mod. Strong women don't need no mod, only the weak. Well, you're right. I don't need it. I just figured since I don't have time to be dealing with it, I don't need to deal with it. Luckily, and I'm going to say it probably rudely to whoever wants to combat me, I just go get in my house and get my cutlass and. So, yeah, you're right. I don't need no mod. But if there's one out there, I'm gonna let the mod take care of business because you don't want me to take care of business. I have people that have to um, manage me, bodyguards, and I tell them all straight up. I don't really need you, but just bring out the cutlass. I know how to use it. I was taught well. I was taught well how to take care of business. Yeah, yeah. But sometimes I just don't want to deal with it. I don't want any bloody baths out here. So I'd rather someone else take care of the light business. You know, this is light. Telling somebody stop going on here and saying stuff, that's light work. I don't want to deal with that. All right? Just saying. But thank you for letting me know. Hmm. Or maybe you're talking to somebody else. Hi, Drew. Um, nice. You're a bass player. So me and my drum will get along fine, right? Yeah, I played Sunday. I was down with a bunch of musicians and the bass player. Well, actually, there were two bass players that played. And they were looking at me like, why is she playing? But when they heard me kick on them, I mean, when they heard, when they heard my big boy play, they didn't look at me another way, any other kind of way. But okay, she got it. She knows what she's doing. And they kept on trying to get me to be up on the stage, but I wanted to be off the stage. I was right next to them. Um, Most of them know me, so it's not a big problem. But I just wanted to be on the sideline. I'm still part of the band, but I'm off to the side. That people wonder where the sound is coming from. Yeah, I love my drum. Yeah, I miss my partner. Um, he was top of the line drummer, but unfortunately he's in heaven now, so I only can hear him in the spirit telling me when I'm doing something right or wrong, especially when I get on the kit drum, trying to get back in the saddle and try to ride that kit drumming groove. I hear him telling me, oh, lay back on that, ride the hi-hat, do this, do that. I hear him. Yeah, well, good to meet you. Too bad you didn't live around here. You could play with me. I mean, play music. Just saying. Yeah, I love playing music. Can't get me out. And I love funk. Oh, man, do I love funk. Old school funk is the only music. Well, we'll just leave it there. You know what I mean. Hmm. All right. So when you guys are leaving comments, I'm not quite sure what the the number and then the tag with the number means. I don't know all that means. If that's you guys talking amongst yourself, I'm still new to this, so somebody hit me up with that. Let me know what that means. Hmm. Um, okay. Keep your farts to yourself. Thank you. Uh, yeah. So now I can get back to story time because there's no more comments on here, so that's good. I don't want to be on here too much longer because, like, I know they're gonna come out and tell me get ready to play my drum so they could videotape, and I still need to change my clothes. My shirt is soaked. But yeah, I've been playing drums since I was a teenager. Well, actually, before that, I just didn't know I was playing them. And what I mean by that is, since I was small, I was always banging on my mother's pots and pans, boxes, whatever came in the room that I could bang on. And I was doing this with my hands, not with sticks or anything like that. I was drumming. So if they had music playing, I was playing to it. Chubby Checkers. Um, Trying to remember some of the records my dad used to have. Well, way back music, because he had a collection of his mother's music, and so we lived up. Well, I lived in California. I was born there, so we'll go back in time a little bit. I was born in California. I was almost switched at birth. It's kind of funny. I was telling you about the story about my own daughter, that I don't know where she is, but I know she's out there, that was switched at birth. Um, I I've told this story before, so I apologize if I'm telling the story again and you're hearing it for a second time. When I was born on January 22nd, ba 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 ba, there was another baby girl born at the same time, but she was Mexican and I was not. Now, back then, they didn't let the dads come into the delivery room, so they had to see their child after uh, after they were born, in the nursery. So my dad and the Mexican dad, they went to go see their baby daughters, and looking at them from the window, they both frowned, or supposedly, according to my dad, they both frowned up their faces, but they're not saying nothing. They just looked at their babies that had their last name on the bassinet. And then they went to the mother's rooms, which both mothers were in the same room. Now my mother, she she spoke Spanish. I mean, she took Spanish in school, so she understood it, and she heard the lady speaking, because Mexicans do speak Spanish. It's a different twerk of Spanish, but it's in the same vein. And both the dads come into the room. My dad comes to my mom, and the other dad goes, you know, around the corner to the other woman. They're both in the same room. The Mexican dad, according to my mom, was speaking very hard at his wife. And my dad wasn't saying anything. So my mom said, "So did you see our beautiful daughter?" And he said, well, yeah, but where did she get that hairdo from? So you got to understand my dad. My dad was a blonde, curly hair. My mom had jet black hair. And so there's no reason why she couldn't have had a daughter with black hair. And she did. All the rest of her kids had dark hair, but except me. I'm the only one that had blonde hair. And it wasn't very much hair. I'm the only one. Only child she had. Firstborn, only child with blonde hair. And that comes from my dad. And he said, but you got a long nose. I won't say it the way he did say it, but it was kind of rude. Meanwhile, the other dad is talking in the background very hard at the woman, accusing her, according to my mom, of cheating on him. And that baby wasn't his. Of course, that baby was me that he was looking at. So come to find out, after they both start crying, the nurse comes in and they're telling, my mom said, there's something wrong. You know, I need to see my baby. And the other lady's saying the same thing. So they go get the babies in their little beds and bring them in. And my mom said, that's not my baby. Because both moms saw the babies. My mom is like me. She gonna look at you. She gonna snip you up. She gonna hold you. I don't know if she did the tasting thing like I do, but she knew her child. And they were the wrong babies. They were the wrong babies. So the reason why the babies were in the wrong beds is the last name was spelled, they're very similar. The only thing is, after the A in my last name, it's an I. For the other baby, starts with an A, but it was an L. And then you go through similar letters, and then you end up with either ER on the end or RE. Mine is ER, theirs was RE. And I don't think it had the last I in it either. But anyway, the names were very similar, so it was just a logical mix-up. They didn't have the monitors on them like they do now. So anyway, it got corrected quickly because the moms both had seen their babies prior to them being put in the nursery. And there you go. But the funny part about it is we lived in California, right? And as I grew up, we were back and forth from California to Boston. Some of my siblings were born in Boston, Massachusetts, and some were born in California because my dad was a truck driver, interstate truck driver. So we were back and forth. And when we were in California, before we finally moved away from there, I went with my dad everywhere in the truck. And he worked many types of jobs. He worked in the orchards, picking with the Mexicans and whoever else was there. Because you got to remember, I lived in California, San Jose area. And he worked with Native Americans, and that's what they would be doing for work. So I was around all these type of people, and I thought I was all of these people. I didn't know I wasn't. Well, technically, you never know, right? Yeah. So, nope, you're not allowed to call me grandma because you don't know me like that. You could say hi if you want to be acknowledged. If you're just on here to cause trouble, I will just not even mention you. I don't have a hat on. This is my hair. This is my locks. My locks are very long. And I would have had them out, but it's too hot. You can simply call me Angel. That's my name. You came on, right? So just call me Angel. Not Grandma. You don't have the rights to that. You have to be one of my grandchildren in order for that to happen. And you're not, because I don't know you. Okay? Thank you. That's better. I appreciate that. Thank you, David. So, anyway, that was my story of me coming into the world, as well as the story about my daughter that's out there in the world somewhere. But that's not what I was. I did say chat and story time, right? So, whatever. I did it. I told you the story. But mainly, the important thing is that I am a musician, and I really would like connecting with just musicians, but or music lovers. This is my drum, and I'm going to get ready to play it shortly before management comes out here again with his video camera as well, because it's my videographer, and then my other management team member who comes out to make sure I get the right outfit on. I like to just be me. Like, I would play my drum just like the way I am. They're trying to get me to be a little bit more scripted. Which I'm not sure if I really care about all that, but whatever. I like just being me. You know what I'm saying? Just being me. This is my drum. This is Oswald Blaze. He's a dragon drum made in Africa. I'm a West African drummer, as well as I played to just about anything. I love funk, as I was mentioning to the other person on here. This was talking to me earlier. Who's a bass player. Yeah. Someone also asked me, so where is my partner? Well, he passed away in 2019, so um, he's watching over me, I guess. Yep. He was a top 10 drummer, kit drummer. And he played djembe too. He taught me a few things on the djembe, but I already, when he seen me play one time, he said, "Why am I teaching you? You already know what you're doing." And then that was the end of it. Like, I just didn't bother playing anymore because I was always traveling around with him to do what he did. But he did tell me that, so I picked it up during the lockdown, that fake disease that they try to lock everybody in the house on. I started playing then. Yeah, that's what I did. And so that's my live for today. I really want to be able to come on here and tell you where I'm going to be playing, what am I, who I'm collaborating with, whose music I'm going to play on. I want to be able to tell you all that right now, but management said I can't. So I can't. One day I will come on here and I won't tell management I'm on here. They're just trying to brand me, I know. It's all right. But in the hindsight of things, I don't really listen to people. I do my own thing. I don't listen. I don't listen at all, actually. You can tell me whatever you want to tell me to do. I'll probably tell you go jump in a lake. I ain't doing it. Let me have a sip of water. Hmm. Yeah, so that's my life. I'm a musician, and I really only want people to come on here and talk about music. But I will communicate with whoever is on here. So how's everybody doing? What do you guys do? I talked about me already. What are you all doing? Y'all went silent. Hmm? It's all right. I gotta get off of here anyways. I got music to play. I got things to do. I got people to see, places to go. If you haven't subscribed and you want to, or if you want to know the next time I'm coming on, you got to subscribe, right? So do that. If you liked my storytelling, you can let me know. Mm. Uh, you wanted to have a laugh with me? Well, you got to tell me something funny first. What could I talk about that would make you laugh? I am fun. I'm gorgeous. I'm beautiful. I'm a queen. And I'm fun. Of course, it's better if you're here in person than when I make jokes, or you make jokes, and you know, we can laugh. I am fun. What does the number one mean? Like, I don't understand what you guys are doing when you put that in there. I'm new to this. A bit of a glyph. What does a glyph mean? You love my accent? That's because I'm from Massachusetts. Yeah. I must do it. Mm. No, you can't call me Granny. I told you that already. I already said that. No one can call me Granny because you don't know me like that. My grandkids can call me Granny. I am a grandmother. I'm a young grandmother. And that kind of language doesn't work for me. So if you want to laugh, that's not going to get me laughing. That's going to make me go in the house and get my cutlass and cut your head off. Yes, okay. Apology accepted. Now, tell me a joke that's nice, and then we can laugh. Because that can't work. Insults or coming on a person's page to insult them, that can't work for me. Because I really didn't come on here to communicate with anyone. I came on here to talk about music. And really wanted, maybe I have to put that in the hashtag next time. Musicians only. Or lovers of music, meaning if you love music and you want to talk about music or the kind of music you would like me to learn to play on my drum so I could put it on my page, Then we could talk. But insulting me or calling me granny or grandma or no, cannot work. Where are you from, Louis? Louis Two Shoes. I could make fun of your name, right? But I'm not because we have to wear two shoes. What kind of shoes are you wearing? Yeah. Let's see. Well, I've got to go because I've got to go monitor my best friend in the whole wide world. Um, I'm gonna go and watch him play his music on YouTube, and I can't be on here and watch that too at the same time. That's part of my job. hmm So I've got to get ready for that. Yeah, or it's coming up. So I hope you all had a great day. Mine was okay, and it's time for me to get back to work. I gotta go change up and also be playing my drum in a little bit. Do some drills, get my hands ready. Um, Next time you come on, make sure you are coming on to communicate about music. I'll figure out the hashtags to put in there. I don't mind people coming on and just having general conversation, but I want to keep it specific to what I'm doing. Or if I'm telling a story, that's okay too, But I did talk a little bit about my journey, my life, and I don't know how the stories came out about my daughter, but and me, but it's okay. It's fine. In the meantime, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of the afternoon and evening, and I will see you the next time. Probably not till next week. Yeah, next week. See you all next week. Stay safe. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. And there's a lot I wouldn't do. And then there's a lot that I would be doing. So be good to yourselves. Be good to the people around you. Keep love in your heart because love is the master key to all things. I'll see you on the flip side next time around. All right?